Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Come to the fourth part of this to be quoted the real number systems. In the last part, we spoke about writing the sets using the set builder notation, interval notation, and also we discussed the union and intersection between two sets. In this part, we are going to speak about the absolute value and distance. Starting with the definition of the absolute value. The absolute value of the real number A is defined by absolute value of A. This is the notation for absolute value. It is two parts. Notation for the absolute value is just two parts. So the absolute value of the real number A is defined to be A if A is positive, or it's equal to minus A if A is negative. A greater than or equal to 0 means we are speaking about a non-negative number. So the absolute value of A is equal to A if A is greater than or equal to 0. And it's equal to minus A if A is less than 0. For example, the absolute value of 5. 5 is a number or positive number. So the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. So again, if what is inside the absolute value is positive, then it will we can write it as it is. A is equal to A. 5, or the absolute value of 5 is equal to 5. Now the absolute value of minus 4, since what is inside the absolute value is negative, less than 0, then we can write it like this. Minus 4 equal to, I have negative there, so it is negative minus 4. But negative multiplied by negative will give me positive. So we can say that the absolute value is a positive quantity. What is inside absolute value must be written outside as a positive quantity or positive number. So the absolute value of minus 4 is equal to 4. Absolute value of 0 will equal to 0. Just to make it clear, define the absolute value as a distance of the number from the origin, from the 0. If we can think about this figure, this is the origin 0. The absolute value of minus 3 means we are calculating the distance between minus 3 and the 0. If we count how many units, this will be 1, 2, 3. So the absolute value of minus 3 equal to 3. We can say 3 units or 3 centimeters from the 0. It is a distance. We can define the absolute value as a distance. So the absolute value of minus 3 means we are measuring the distance between 0 and minus 3. That will give me 3. Similarly, the absolute value of the number 3 is like we are measuring the distance between 0 and the number 3. So the distance between 0 and 3 is equal to 3. So this is what the meaning of the absolute value. So again, absolute value of a real number A is equal to A if A is greater than or equal to 0, and is equal to minus A. It means that we are multiplying the number by negative if it is negative number. Another example, let's say absolute value of minus 4. Or, because we have this minus 4, let's say minus 7 is equal to 7. Absolute value of 8 is equal to 8. Absolute value of minus 9 is equal to 9. So if it is negative, you just write it as it is, or multiply by negative to make it positive. Absolute value of minus 20 is equal to 20. Absolute value of 13 is equal to 13. So if it is positive, just write it without absolute value as it is. If it is negative, make it positive by multiplying by negative to make it positive. It's minus 20. More examples or exercises. We need to write each expression without absolute value symbols. I have question number 53, minus absolute value of minus 5. I have negative outside. This negative, I will leave it as it is. Right, bracket. Now, absolute value of minus 5 is equal to 5. So this is equal to negative 5. So the question number 53 will give me minus 5 because I have negative outside. For number question 54, I have minus 4 square. Again, I will leave the negative as it is because it's outside the absolute value. Negative. Now I have square. This square, I will leave it as it is, but I write as a bracket now. Now, the absolute value of minus 4, what is inside this one, is equal to 4. So minus 4 to power 2. This means 4 to power 2, I write the negative as it is, 4 to power 2 equal to 16. So the answer is equal to minus 16. For the question number 55, I have absolute value of 3. This notation means product multiplication. Absolute value of minus 4 is equal to absolute value of 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by absolute value of minus 4 is equal to 4. Again, if it is negative, just write it outside or without absolute value as positive number. Now 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12. This is multiplication. This notation means product or multiplication. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Read it as multiplication multiplied by or product or times 3 times 4, which is equal to 12. More exercises. Absolute value of 3 minus absolute value of minus 7. Question number 56. Absolute value of 3 is equal to 3. Write it with the brackets. Now this negative, write it as it is negative there. So it is just operation between two quantities. Now absolute value of minus 7 is equal to 7. So 3 minus 7 equal to minus 4. So the value for this expression is equal to minus 4. Number 57. I have pi to power 2. This is pi. Pi is a rational number, as we said before, is approximately equal to 3.14. 3.14. Now pi square, this is positive because I have square. Any squared real number will give me positive. So pi square is greater than 0. 10 is greater than 0. If we add them together, I will have pi square plus 10 is greater than or equal to 0, you can say. Greater than or equal to 0. So pi square plus 10 is equal to is greater than 0. If what is inside the absolute value is positive or greater than 0, then we can write it as it is without changing anything. So it is pi square plus 10 is equal to pi square plus 10 because it is greater than or equal to 0. It is pi square plus 10. For the question number 58. I have pi square which is, as we said, is 3.4 is less than 10. Pi square is less than 10. We can use this calculator for using the calculator to check this one. We have question number 58. Pi square is approximately equal to 3.14 square. This is just about 9.8 something, which is less than 10. So pi square minus 10. If I just move it to the other side, I can say pi square less than 10, which means pi square minus 10 is less than 0. Since it is less than 0, it is negative number. So the absolute value of pi square minus 10 is negative. So it can be written as minus pi square minus 10. Because it is negative. If it is negative, we have to multiply by negative to make it positive. Or I just can write it as, because I have negative, this can be written as 10 minus pi square. So it is 10 minus pi square. More examples. In question number 59, I need to write this expression without the absolute value. Given 0 less than x less than 1, or x is greater than 0 and less than 1. So I have this domain for x. X is greater than 0 but less than 1. So I need to check x minus 4. I need to write the first part without absolute value. Now in this case, since 0x is between 0 and 1, I'm going to choose like test number. Pick any number between 0 and 1. So let me write or choose x to be equal to 1/2 or 0.5. It is less than 1 and greater than 0. So x minus 4, which is equal to, I will replace x by 0.5. I can say 0.5 minus 4 is equal to negative 3.5, which means x minus 4 with this domain is negative. So I can say x minus 4, again, x minus 4 is less than 0. Since it is less than 0, so I have to write it, or I can write it with negative x minus 4. So it is minus x minus 4. If I want to remove the absolute value of negative quantity, I have to multiply by negative. So it is minus x minus 4. Now the other one, x plus 5. Absolute value of x plus 5 using the same number. Or let me write it, x plus 5. If I just replace x by 0.5, it is 0.5 plus 5, which is equal to 5.5, which is positive number greater than 0, which means absolute value of x plus 5 is equal to x plus 5, because it is positive. So I can remove the absolute value without changing anything. Now I need to combine these together. So I have minus x.4 or minus 4. So again, I will write it as absolute value of x minus 4 plus x plus 5. The first one, it is negative x minus 4 plus the second one is x plus 5 without changing anything. This can be written as minus x, minus with minus will give me plus 4 plus x plus 5. Now, minus x plus x will cancel each other. So 4 plus 5 will give me 9. So this expression will be equal to 9. These cancel each other. Next example, I have x plus 1 plus x minus 3, where x is greater than 3. In this case, I will choose number greater than 3. I can choose x equal to 4, just to check the sign of what is inside the absolute value. Let me choose x equal to 4, which is greater than 3. Now 4 plus 1 is equal to 5, which means this is positive. So it means x plus 1 can be written as x plus 1 because it is positive. Again, for the second one, x equal to 4. Now I have x minus 3. So 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, which is positive again. For the second one, write it here. X minus 3, if x equal to 4, this will give me 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1 greater than 0, which is positive. It means that we can remove the absolute value without changing anything. X minus 3. So if we have x plus 1 plus x minus 3, this can be written as x plus 1 plus, this is the first one, plus the second one, x minus 3. Now I can combine x plus x will give me 2x, and 1 minus 3 is equal to minus 2. So this is equal to 2x minus 2. So the expression can be simplified to be 2x minus 2, or writing without the absolute value. So this is how to deal with the absolute value and how to simplify expressions contain some absolute values.